Elon's done a fantastic job. Look, he's sitting here, and I don't care. I don't need Elon for anything other than I happen to like him. But I'm telling you.
I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally, in my view, to a zero tariff situation.
Hey, Elon, how's that Trump support working out for you? The self-proclaimed master negotiator just negotiated your company right into a Chinese dumpster fire. Tesla's getting absolutely wrecked by tariffs from the very administration you backed. It's almost like cozying up to an unpredictable, vengeful, policy-illiterate reality.
The House is doubling down on its commitment to tariffs despite a continued dive on Wall Street.
Those tariffs now putting him at odds with his advisor, Elon.
TV star wasn't the galaxy brain business move you thought it was. Who could have possibly foreseen this outcome? Oh, right. Literally everyone except you, Rocket Boy. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember those days when Elon Musk showed up at Trump rallies grinning like he just landed a Mars rover? Man, that feels like ancient history now. Our favorite rocket man was all in on the Trump train back when Tesla stocks were shooting to the moon faster than his SpaceX boosters. He wasn't just showing up for the free MAGA hats either. He was opening his billionaire wallet and dumping cash into Trump's campaign fund like it was going out of style. Picture it. Elon strutting around those rallies, practically glued to Trump's side, creating what looked like a bromance for the ages. The world's richest tech bro and the self-proclaimed very stable genius. A match made in heaven, right? Elon probably thought he was being so clever. Look at me. I'm playing 4D chess with American politics. Meanwhile, the rest of us were watching this friendship knowing exactly how it would end. Spoiler alert, not well for Mr. Tesla. See, Elon made the classic mistake of thinking his mountain of money could buy him special treatment in Trump world.
Elon's done a fantastic job. Look, he's sitting here, and I don't care. I don't need Elon for anything other than I happen to like him. But I'm telling you.
He figured his billions would shield him from whatever crazy policies might come down the pipeline. Poor little rich boy didn't realize that in Trump's America, loyalty is about as permanent as one of Trump's marriages. One day you're family, the next day you're just a car salesman. And that's exactly what happened.
I think companies are more than happy to increase manufacturing in America. It's just that you can't do it instantly. I'm against sudden giant tariffs. It's an impossible response.
When Trump decided to go nuclear on Chinese imports with his massive tariffs, Elon probably wasn't worried at first. Surely my buddy Donald will make sure Tesla's exempt, right? Wrong. China immediately struck back with a brutal 125% tariff on American vehicles. Suddenly, those shiny Teslas cost more than a SpaceX rocket in the Chinese market. Oops. Turns out friendship bracelets don't trump economic nationalism? Who knew? The most delicious part of this whole fiasco was watching Peter Navarro, Trump's former economic advisor and tariff cheerleader-in-chief, go on Fox Business and completely trash our favorite electric car mogul. Navarro didn't just criticize Musk, he straight up dismissed him as just a car salesman.
Lack of bricks. That's how Elon Musk has described Trump's chief trade advisor as a growing internal rift over the White House tariff policy.
Ouch. For a guy who fancies himself as the real-life Tony Stark, being called a mere car salesman is like calling Picasso a house painter. Navarro even went further, saying Tesla's factories were little more than glorified assembly plants. That's gotta sting worse than a Cybertruck window break demo. The aftermath was brutal for Tesla in China. Once the tariffs hit, Chinese consumers dropped American EVs faster than Twitter dropped its original name. Tesla had to completely halt orders for the Model S and Model X in what had been their biggest foreign market. Meanwhile, Chinese EV maker BYD was sitting back laughing, watching their sales numbers climb as Tesla's plummeted. Nothing says America first, quite like handing the Chinese EV market to Chinese companies on a silver platter. What's fascinating is watching how Elon's reaction evolved. At first, he stayed suspiciously quiet about the tariffs, probably hoping his MAGA hat collection would earn him some kind of special exemption.
Has just slapped retaliatory tariffs of 84% on U.S. goods in response to a President Trump.
When that didn't materialize, he started making these timid little criticisms, still trying not to anger his former bestie. Eventually, reality set in, and suddenly our boy was advocating for zero tariffs between America and Europe.
I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally in my view, to a zero tariff situation.
Funny how principles can shift when your quarterly earnings report is circling the drain. The real question is, how did a supposedly brilliant businessman like Musk so completely misread the political landscape? Did he seriously think his Twitter endorsements and campaign donations would buy him immunity from Trump's economic policies? That's like thinking a donation to a hurricane relief fund will make the storm skip your house. Politics doesn't work that way, Elon, even for billionaires with space companies.
I think you need to be careful with tariffs. So you want to have tariffs be predictable so that companies can adjust their supply chain. I mean,
The tariff situation didn't just hurt Tesla's pride, it torpedoed their entire business model in China. When you're suddenly facing a 125% tax that your local competitors don't have to pay, that's what we in the business world call a complete disaster. Tesla went from market dominator to struggling underdog faster than you can say retaliatory trade measures. And there you have it, folks. Tesla's stock has absolutely tanked while former Trump officials openly mock Musk to his face. Talk about a brutal reality check. The world's richest nerd got played by a man whose greatest achievement was firing people on a reality show. Next time Elon tweets some political hot take, remember how fast his principles evaporated when his precious stock started dropping. Nothing quite like watching investor confidence collapse to reveal what matters most to our favorite space cowboy.
Dropping for a third straight day. At the White House, the president digging into his global tariff strategy.
The lesson? Never trust a guy who brags about making deals when you're the one being dealt. Musk learned the hard way that in Trump's world, even billionaires are disposable.